Hello guys, welcome back to the next video on basic command in Linux series. Today I'm going to talk about a very important command, and that is find command. So what find command is used for? So find command allow us to quickly and easily scan through file system to find certain files and directory that satisfies certain criteria. We can also perform some action on the result that we got back. So if you want to find all the directories and their subdirectories and their files, so you will write find and dot symbolize the present working directory. So that's all I'm gonna press in. So that's all you got from find. And suppose if you want to search only for directory, not for the files, so you're gonna use flag that is type, and we gonna write D means directory. So in this case we only got directories, not the file, as you can see. Clear it. And suppose I want to find only the file, not the directory, so I'm gonna write in case of D I'm gonna write F printer. You can see that these are the files that I got. So in order to prove that it's a file, I'm gonna copy its path and using cat command to print it. You can see that it is. So that's the output we got from a text file. So it's a text file, it's a file. You know that you have created a file, X file, and you know that it's in present working directory. To search for that file, we're gonna write type post file, and we're gonna use a flag that is name flag, and use we're gonna write the name of that file. Press enter. That's we get the result, and according to this result that file is in folder 0. So search list the folder 0. As you can see, the file 0 is in the folder 0. The screen. And suppose that you have created a file, but you don't know the complete name of file, you know a portion of it. So to order to search for those, we're gonna write find, and then of course type file name, and we're gonna use a wildcard that is asterisk. So you know that the file starts with file 0, but you don't know what ends with, you don't know what it ends with. So write this file 0, you don't know what it ends with. Print. You can see that 074821 got these outputs. It starts with file 0, but we don't know what it ends with. So you're gonna write this command to search whatever, only in case you only know a portion of the file. Going to clear. In previous case we got case sensitive result. Of course we search for file in lowercase and we got a file 0 that are in lowercase. But suppose if you want to get an output, F, that is not a case sensitive result, so we're gonna use I name. I symbolize the insensitive, and if you're gonna use, I don't know, it's contains file with it, I don't know what starts with, I don't know what ends with, but it does contain its portion contain a file. Search. You can see that in here we have file, and you can say that in this case F is small lowercase and F is of uppercase. So you can use, if you want a case sensitive result, you can use name, and if you want insensitive result, you can use I name. So, and suppose you want to search for certain files with certain extensions. So in my current directory, I know there a file that's in with sh. That means bash script. .sh is a bash script. I'm going to search for that file. Type, of course, file, and name. I don't know what to start with. Of course, I'm just going to search for the script extension by, so I'm going to sh. and we got a script that is sh in my current working directory. You can see there's a script.sh in my current working directory. And if you want to search for, you're a Python developer, you want to search for pyc, not .p, it starts with whatever it, I don't know, things with py, and I don't think so in my current directory there are such files, so I'm going to search directory. Of course we got a lot of files in my home directory. I'm going to clear the screen. Now if you want to search for certain files that are modified within certain time, so we're going to write find. Dots of course symbolize the current directory, and I'm going to type, we're going to search for a file and Ambient, and I want to search for those files that are modified less than 10 minutes. So minus for less than 10 minutes, minus 10 means less than 10 minutes. So there is only one file, that is new txt. Of course if we list that, the txt is present working directory. Suppose if we want to search for files that are modified more than 10 minutes, or so we can use +10 for more and minus less than. I'm going to press enter. You can see these are files that was modified more than 10 minutes ago. Okay, the screen. Suppose you search for certain files that you have modified more than 1 minute and less than 5 minutes. More than 1 minute but less than 5 minutes. I'm going to write the script, sorry, the command type, of course, I'm sorry, search for a file, and I'm going to search Ambient, but more than 1 minute, that means +1, but less than, of course, again 1 minute, here less than 5 minutes. Of course there is none. I'm going to do 15. So more than 1 minute and less than 15 minutes. More than 1 minute and less than 15 minutes. I only got one file, that is new txt. And suppose you are dealing with a file that has modified more than a days. So using Ambient could be messy. You have to calculate days and calculate hours and minutes. So there's a other better way. Find in my current directory, type post file. In case of Ambient, I'm going to use time, and I want to search files that are modified less than a day. There are a lot of files, of course, and if I want to search for those files that are modified more than day, like I don't have such files, so I'm going to search in my home directory, and I'm pretty sure that I will got a lot of output. Yeah, of course. So that's how you deal with the modified time. And if you want to deal with the access time, you can use a time, and if you want to deal with the change time, you can use c time. Similarly, if you want to deal with modified minute, mmin, access minute, a min, and change min, c min. So suppose you want to search for a file that is larger or smaller than a certain size, and that are residing in your hard drive, and you don't want to have it, or you want to search for that file. So I'm going to find type, of course it would be a file, and we're going to use a new flag, that is size. I want to search for those files that has more than 500 MB. I don't have such file in my present directory, but I will have that type of file in my home directory, so I'm going to search for that file in my home directory. I got a Ubuntu ISO file, and suppose I want to search for all those files that are less than 5 MB or 500 MB. Of course I'm going to get a lot of result, and we use capital M for MB, small k for kilobyte and capital G for gigabyte. Suppose I'm going to, in my home directory, I want to search for all those files that are bigger than 1 GB. That's only the desktop Ubuntu ISO file. So I'm going to clear the screen, and suppose you want to search for your computer for the empty log files that are residing behind or residing in your hard drive, empty logs. So I have, for this type, and we're gonna use a new flag, that is empty flag. You can see these are all the empty files that are in my current directory. And of course, and you want to search for all those files that are not empty, then you can use an exclamation mark. Of course, if you're a programmer, you know what exclamation mark do before. It will turn true to false or false to true. It will change or invert the boolean value. So in this case, I will get all the files that are not empty. In order to show you, I'm going to use this file. I'm going to copy its location. I'm going to use cat command. As you can see, it is not empty. So use a slash mark to change slash mark, exclamation mark, so that it will print all the non-empty files. So the next flag that I'm going to talk about is used to search for files according to their permission wise, according to their permission they have. So find type, first of all I'm going to search for the files, and I'm going to search for the permission that has 777 permission. That means 7 all access for users, all access for group, or access for the anyone. So, of course I don't have such files, but I can give that permission to any file that I want. I give that to new .txt, or run the same command. You can see that new.txt have a 777 privilege because I just gave it. And suppose you want to search for files that have permission 664. So any file you create will have 664 permission by default. Any file you will create will have 664 permission by default. So you can see there's lots of files that have 664 permission. Is because 664 permission is the default permission of any file you create. And type t perm 775. So any directory by default has a permission 775. So you can see that I got all the folders that have 775 permission. Even if you don't use type t, still gonna return me only the folders. It's because only the folders have 775 privileges. I'm going to use 664. 664 is the default permission of any file. So of course you can see that I only get the files, not the folders, as my final result. Now suppose if you get a result and you want to perform some action on it. So of course in my previous case I changed permission of my file that has 77 of course that is a file, and that has a permission of 777. As you can see, that is my new.txt. I gave it, I want to change its permission. I want to change permission to 664. So I'm going to write exec, that means execute. It's another flag that you can use to execute command on the result that we got from find execute, I'm going to use chmod, and by default any file have 664 permission. And then we're gonna use a container for what? Container for result. We want to tell the command that you have to put the result here after 664, and we're gonna use ending symbol to tell the find command that whatever I'm writing under execute, it ends here. Now if I press enter, now if I want to ls you can see that new.txt, where is new.txt, you can see read for 4 and write for 2 6 6. It is only read, that means 4, so it got changes to 666 from 777 to 664. So that's how you can use our many things. So suppose if you want to find a file that you have written and its name is ends with the script, you want to change the permission of the script. Suppose I write this script, I don't know the permission of the script, so I want to change this the permission of this any bash command to chmod 777, and to tell the command that the file name should be here, the result should be here, and INDM symbol and enter. Now if I want to list lah, you can see that my scripts has read write x for every, because we just gave it on directory. Suppose if any of your directory don't have permission 775, it has any permission other than 775, so I'm going to execute a command that is chmod and chmod 775 and write it here. Of course I don't have any directory that don't have 775, but in case if you have any directory that don't have the default permission 775, you can write this command to change them to your default permission. And you can also use that for file. In this case of D, you can use F, and then you can write 664, give it to that are not 664. In my previous case I think then sh command. Now in my previous case I know that I gave every permission to script.sh, and now you can see that script.sh is 664, so that works of course. And suppose you have in my previous case I talked about that you can use an wildcat asterisk to search for certain extensions. Suppose my home directory there is lots of file that has .pyc extension, and of course .pyc extension, of course Java Python developer don't need it, so there's an easy way to delete that. I'm going to write F and search name and search for extract, that can start with anything, we don't care, pyc, and search for that's a lots of file that has .pyc, and I want to delete all those files because all files are useless. So I'm just going to delete it, rm, and a placeholder to tell that you should place your find result here, and the ending symbol. If I want to search for, if I search for pyc extension, you can see there are none because we just deleted everything. Wait, I just want to list all the file in my home. Suppose you can see that these are the files that are in my subdirectories, but in any case you want to delete the file that are in your current directory, but you don't want to delete any file that are in your subdirectory. So if we suppose find, and of course type F, and if I just write execute, not execute, I will search for that, you can see that it lists all the files that are in my current directory and that are in my subdirectory, but I don't want to delete any file from my subdirectory. Just want to write a delete file that are in my in my current directory but not in the subdirectory. So I'm going to use a new flag, that is max depth main, delete only the files that are in my current directory, not in the subdirectory. You can run a dry command. As you can see, ignore the warnings. You can see that I got only two output at scripts and txt. Those are two files, and you can, if I want to list folders one, you can see there are certain files but it didn't list it because I used flag that is max depth one symbolized that only in the current directory, not in the subdirectory. So I can run this command, I can execute. I just want to remove those files because I don't need it, and the warning, and I list the content. You can see that those two are nowhere to found. So that's all about find command. If you find this video interesting, subscribe to our channel, the Data Guy. Like this channel, like the video, share. Bye bye, see you later.